Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard's Hut's Heads Up. Today we're checking out Warhammer 40K Regicide. It's in early access. It released in early access a couple weeks ago, and this is an interesting game. There's not really a ton here right now, but it's interesting in that it is basically just chess, but all kitted out with a bunch of weird, crazy Warhammer shit. So we're just going to get in. There's no campaign right now. We'll check out this teaser trailer real quick. They're apparently working on it. It's going to be 50 missions long and focused on the Blood Angels. It's got to have some really good animation if this is anything to go by. Supposedly it's penned by a really famous 40K author too, Ross Watson, who's written a bunch of books that I haven't read. I've only read the Horus Heresy books for the 40K stuff, which were pretty good, so I'm assuming this stuff's probably pretty good too. And yeah, it's looking to be pretty good. Looks like it's going to get into some chaos stuff if this is anything to go by.
Some kind of voice or whisper.
See him going nuts. Going nuts in space. I can't tell if this guy is supposed to be a space marine. It doesn't look beefy enough. The actual space marines underneath the armor are actually like super gross and beefy. So I think he might be a scribe or something. Regardless, that is what's coming, is a big full 50 mission campaign that's around that. That is not in here right now though. There's a lot of stuff not in here right now. What is in here is multiplayer and basic skirmish mode, and we're gonna go check out a basic skirmish. Whoop. There we go. Early access. Things get a little janky sometimes, it happens. So, there are two game modes. There is... where can I choose it here? Here we are. Classic and Regicide. Classic is just chess. It is chess, it will look like chess, it will play like chess, it is chess. Regicide is chess, but with, like, attack turns and special abilities and all sorts of crazy shit. So we're going to play that. We're going to stick on Novice because I'm not great at chess. And we're going to play the Space Marines. We're going to play the Space Marines in this Warhammer game. We're going to fight some orcs. Some lovers of Daka Daka. I don't know the orcs as well as I know the Space Marines. But they got there, you can see, good variety of units, each one taking the slot of a standard chess unit. And supposedly in the full game, you'll be able to level up all these guys on your team and visually change their appearances and unlock new abilities for them and customize our armor a little bit and all sorts of crazy stuff. None of that's in here right now, though. It's just the base game. So let's jump right in. Show what this looks like. It looks pretty good. The gameplay, again, it's a little simple right now. There's a lot of systems they haven't built in, and the fact there's no single player, well, there's single player, but no story is a bit of a bummer. But that's all coming. Early access. They're building. So yeah, it works like chess. You have a move turn, and this would be the end of your turn in classic mode, but because we're not in classic mode, we now go into the initiative phase. Or I have these 3 skulls. They're the amount of attacks I can do. I can use these abilities. These are attributed to my commander. I can do things like pin a guy to the ground, heal a dude, give them various kinds of shields. Or I can use unit abilities. So I've moved this guy up. I can spend a couple of my skulls to throw a grenade right there. And that will do some minor damage to all those pawns and the king and the queen, and I guess that's a rook or a bishop. I don't know. I'm not great at chess, as I said. And then I'm also gonna have this guy go to ground, basically a defensive ability. Put that on him. It's an interesting idea. I think Warhammer is a surprisingly good fit for chess, specifically Warhammer 40K. It is an interesting change to the formula, and there's something really cool this game does, which we'll get to show soon enough, but it adds a very lively, blood-soaked sci-fi element to a very classic game. Move this guy up here. And yeah, the grenade cooldown is for all of my pawns. The abilities, each unit has different abilities. You can see here, that's my knight. He's got different abilities. I think that's my bishop. I think that's my rook. He has his own abilities. Like, they all have their own special abilities, and they cool down for the entire class. So, like, if I were to use this ability down here, this guy couldn't use it next turn. Like, that's how that works. So you got to keep that in mind. The king is currently charging up his big artillery burst. So for right now, we're just going to have this guy snapshot on this guy. Fire off a couple shots. the attacks like that, the special ability attacks, are a little limp. Suitably so, I guess, because these are not meant to be the thing that generally kills the enemy. You will wear down an enemy with these and maybe kill them, but generally you want to kill an enemy through classic chess by, you know, actually moving a dude into a position where you're going to kill him. And it still works on classical chess rules. You win when you've gotten the king into checkmate, or you kill him. But that said, you can also just win by whittling down the king's health. That's how I won last time. He's going to throw up his grenade. But he has put himself in a dumb position because we're playing on novice. So I can then just have this pawn. He's going to go for it. I don't care. I can have this pawn. Oh, come on. Stop shooting me. I want to show wicked-ass attack animations. Alright, is it my turn now? We're good? We're good. Okay. So, when you're in position to kill a guy in standard chess fashion, you get a badass animation of it happening. It all zooms in, and you get just a killer execution animation. And these are better when you're using a better unit, like the psychic, the queen, which is your psychic commander, like lifts a guy up in the air and makes him just like explode into bloody chunks. And one of these guys, I think the jet commander, will just like shove his chainsword right up a guy in the middle, like just gut him like a fish. Like there's just some sick, gruesome, awesome execution animations, which is kind of what drew me to this game in the first place, because that's one of the things that makes Warhammer 40K really good, is that it is just it is a gruesome universe. So to have those kind of animations really brings something as slow-paced and contemplative as chess. It brings it alive in a way I can't help but appreciate. Alright, we still got one more. We're gonna have this guy go to ground because he's gonna get the crap attacked out of him.
Taking cover.
He's acting as bait to draw some guys forward for me. There's his knight. I do love that they do say daka daka daka. Like, you get all the Warhammer 40K flavor you might want. It's here. You get your dakas, you get your various abilities, you get guys yelling for the Emperor. You get everything you might want. Up. Daka 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 indeed. Can he? I don't know chess rules very well. No, he cannot move. He cannot kill in a forward move, at least not one of those units. So let's instead start drawing up these guys. We're gonna bring this guy over here. They all move in kind of specific ways too. Like there's the level of animation for each of these units is impressive. You can zoom in, get a good look at these guys. Yeah. Have this guy. When guys are close, you can do an assault ability. It does more damage than a traditional snapshot attack. Good to know. Have this guy, do snapshot on this guy. And then I'm gonna have him go to ground. I should have had somebody attack that guy.
The boss knows what he's doing.
This guy just runs away, cause no, I'm scared now. Fuck that.
Blast him!
And then I think what we'll do is we'll have our Terminator move to the side to start moving forward. With any luck, this guy here, that's his rook, will go that way.
Blast him!
There's a lot of misses in this. The special abilities aren't meant to be like a game changer. They change the game, but they're not meant to be this thing that gets rid of and replaces the traditional chess mechanics. You're still intended to play this like chess and use said kinds of just like mechanics.
Grenade!
And thought patterns and tactics. Again, not my game of choice. Also, that guy exploded in the bloody mess. Go look at that. That's great. You don't get that in chess. What am I gonna have this guy do? We'll have him shoot that guy. Hey, snapshot. That guy.
Firing on target.
I don't know. I just think this is an interesting version. I mean, there's still a lot to add. I'm really curious to see what this looks like when it's done. When these matches start providing loot and experience, and there's a campaign to enjoy. I'm really curious to see what they do for campaigns, and when they start adding in all the chapters for skins, like, I want to play as... I want to see them add some of those Horus Heresy guys. I want to see, like, Maybe some Space Wolves, maybe some like, oh god, what were the purple guys called? I forgot. I want to see what they do when they really build this out, because I think they could do some cool stuff. So first things first, let's have this Terminator kill this guy. It's gonna end up us dying, but I want to show this animation. We'll probably lose this just because I want to show cool stuff, but I don't care. Just, this Power Fist just turns him to pulp. Just, it's great. Alright, and what we're gonna do so he doesn't die, is we're gonna use a sail on these guys to pin them all down. Yeah. Now he can't do that attack animation. And next turn, all I'll have to do is move this guy here. In the meantime, I'm gonna have... Let's see. What am I gonna do? Have this guy use an assault on this guy just because. Rattle off a few bullets into him. That guy's still alive. I should have killed him. Damn it. Oh, he did manage to get through. Used a melter charge. Most likely. I think that's a melter charge. And then, yeah, you get a little body on the ground and disappears. I did that specifically to watch him die. So I'm alright with that. Then we'll get another animation this way. This guy's gonna die next turn too, but it's fine. He'll at least take this guy out in the process. Okay. Oh, come on. That guy might die. I don't care. As I said, chess is not my game of choice. It's not my, I'm not skilled at it. You definitely see some repeat animations. We saw this one earlier. Though they vary it up enough. It seems like there's 1 or 2 different animations per unit. So with any luck, you're not seeing them repeated too much. Not too bad. And I feel like that's the sort of thing they'll probably add more as time goes on. They'll add some more animations. That guy not dead? That guy's not dead. Okay. Have you go to ground. And then go look at my abilities here. Use only in death. Heal up that unit. Yeah, like the idea of healing in chess is nonsense. But it's interesting nonsense. Alright. I need to try to lure these guys out a little bit. That guy's dead. Well, I have a... My Devastators are rooks, so I'll move him here. And I can always just have this guy... If these guys move forward the way I want them to, I can just run forward and kill that guy over there. That would be awesome. Actually, I can go like this, but then that guy would kill me. That's not what I want. There's ways I can make this work. First things first. Try to kill this guy. Just get him off the field. Less enemy soldiers on the field, the better. Or you can miss entirely. Sure. You could do that. I don't recommend it. And then you... I don't think I've got anybody else who's got a decent ability. Well, I can throw Armor of Contempt on this guy. And then also have him go to ground so he's ready for any assaults that come his way. I guess I haven't mentioned... Oh, no! Yeah, that's him moving forward. That was dumb of me. That's fine, though, because then I'll be able to have my Terminator go and kill that Mecha Knob. God, I love the names of everything in the Warhammer universe. It's all just... It's so gloriously, self-seriously dumb. It's fantastic. Alright. And then have my, Come on. That guy's still alive. His shield has saved him. Have my Devastator kill that Mega Knob. Yeah, just cut it up the front. Take him down. Very nice. I feel like those animations, as cool as they are, could be a bit more interesting occasionally. Okay. I can go take out that knight if I wanted to, though I'll then immediately get taken out by that guy. Though that would actually put me in check for just like a turn. Not that that's really a huge deal, but we're gonna throw this right here.
Throwing grenades.
See what that does for me. I got one of them. I'll take it. Yeah, it definitely can feel a little low impact at times. As much as there's definitely a lot of nice brutality and those kills are really fun, the special attacks feel a little light occasionally. And the overall oomph of things can be a little low. It doesn't feel like some of the models react as well to some of these attacks as I would like. That guy's gonna come down here. Does his snapshot. So he's gonna kill this guy next. I should leave him there so he can die. And what I should do next turn then is move this guy here. Yeah. 'Cause if I do that, and then he kills that, then I can go kill his queen. Which will put me at an advantage. Assuming my bait to the trap works. Which, who knows. But just to lure him.
Firing on target.
Not that I'm playing with a real person, not that I'm baiting anybody. We're working on AI rules here. And then you are gonna go to ground, not that it's gonna help. And I'm gonna have you... No. How are you doing? One more turn, then we can use his artillery blast. That'll prove handy. Let's have you go to ground. Actually, pin an enemy with a hail suppressing fire. Who do I want to not move this turn? No, we're fine. Do I have any special abilities I want to pop off? I do not. Well, let's just end the turn then. As you can see, there's a timer. You've got a specific amount of time, I think, to do the turn, or it's for chess timers, I don't know. It's something I've seen people asking for more and more in the forums for this game, is proper timers. Yeah, I see what he's doing. He wants to go there. Try to kill my king. Which, that's fine. I can work with that. Oh, that guy's dead! And there was no more of that guy. Well, let's have... If I do that, I'll get immediately killed. I don't want to do that. Let's have this guy go here. Just to move him forward, see what that does. See what that tempts the enemy into doing. And then we'll drop a... Ooh, who do I kill? I can get a whole bunch of those guys. Or I can get the king. Let's go for this. It's less dudes, but it's hitting the king. And that can prove useful. Anything that's wearing down the king is helpful. The voice acting's pretty good. Supposedly they've got, a lot of the classic 40K voice actors back. Supposedly the campaign is going to be narrated by... Who is it? Brian Dobson, who did a bunch of work on Dawn of War 2. So he will be, good choice for that campaign, clearly. Alright, I'm gonna have this guy move there. Yeah. Yeah, I can work with this. And then I'm gonna have him going to take aim. Take aim, as long as he doesn't move, he's doing extra damage. And just fire off at this guy. I don't think I actually took aim there. I did not activate it on that unit. That was dumb of me. Oh well. And then we're gonna have this guy. What do you have? You can just do a quick snapshot. Well, throw a quick snapshot at that guy. Getting rid of him would be useful, as he is a thorn in my side. He disrupts any of my diagonal movement into there. Yeah, there's not really a ton more to say about this as it is right now. It's fairly early in early access. They're planning to add a bunch more as time goes on. But, what's here is very interesting. Okay, he's gonna try to kill that. So let's just...
Hold still.
So rather than let him get at my, my Devastator, because that's what he's going to do. He's trying to kill my Devastator. I'm gonna just comparatively take out his knight, so that way his knight is not there. And he'll have to focus on dealing with this. I just sent him flying up, and as you can see, that was a special animation because it was a Devastator versus a knight. He got to fly up in the air and explode in a cool way. You wouldn't necessarily get that with certain characters attacking other characters. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, this'll work. I'm gonna have this guy use a stick grenade, or whatever it is, on these guys. Throw out a frag. See what that does for us. Missed that guy. Bloody hell. We'll have this guy use an assault on this guy. That way we don't have to die next turn. So that's kind of one of the ways this Regicide mode is so much different than chess. Like, normal chess, that guy be dead, because this guy would then go get him. That's standard counterattack procedure there. But because I would have that special ability, I have that initiative phase, I'm able to mitigate that risk. Not that he's able to do much. He's now basically stuck here because there's nothing here or here. I can move him back, but that's not particularly useful to me right now. Though he is most likely just going to get the shit chewed out of him. That said, next initiative phase, I can heal him, I can throw some shields on him, I can do some business there.
Eat this!
Yeah. Yeah. There's stuff to do here. This guy's almost dead, so I'm going to waste his life killing this guy real quick. That's what I'm talking about. See? That's a good one. Obviously, it doesn't change the model, which I think is a bummer. I think they should make the effort to have those guys get a bit more sawn apart. Like, the action looks good, but it's clearly hiding the fact that that model is not being sawn in half. Oh, it's also worth noting there's a bunch of vision modes. I can change the look here. I can change my objectives, show the turns. I think I could show everybody's, like, what everybody's unit type is, which can be useful, because as much as it's not too hard to discern what these guys are, I mean, they all kind of look like just mangled up orcs and dudes with power armor. If you don't know what these classes are offhand and have some experience with the 40K universe, you could be forgiven for not really understanding off the bat what is what as it relates to chess. So having this filter on is useful. Anyways, we're done with that. Let's, oh, hold on. I do want to have health bars on. Health bars is pretty useful. We're going to have, first things first, Armor of Contempt on him, followed by Only in Death. We're going to let that knight die, because we don't really need him, though he can't go through that guy, so we're fine. And finish it off with, who's going to assault? We're going to have moving attack. If he moves, this is a cool thing that he can do. It does extra damage if he does it right after he moves. So we're going to use it to just wear down the king. It looks the same as the other attacks. I feel like they should have a special thing there. Let him, let him swing his sword or something. And then that guy dies. That's fun. Again, those brutal death moves are by far the best part of this. Like, hands down. But he's just put himself in a bad position, because now this guy can get up there, and then that'll actually put me in check. So that'll work. And he won't be able to get... he'll be able to take that guy to get out of check, but still. It's not bad. We can do something with that. So what I'm going to do... The queen is currently just fucked over there. Getting rid of all his special units is kind of my goal here. I'd rather eliminate his extraordinary forces, in the words of Sun Tzu, before going after the head. That's kind of cool to watch him explode. A lot of just, like, rib cages everywhere. Like, Mortal Kombat style, look at all these rib cages. And spleens, like vague-looking, livery-esque organs just kind of everywhere. And yeah, as you can see, that he's got that diamond on him now. Shows he's in check. I obviously need to get him to checkmate, which means I would be able to win for sure next turn. I can't, because what can happen is this guy can go take this guy without too much problem. However, if I were to manage to take him down or pin him down like this, if that works, I will be able to win next turn, supposedly. We're also gonna do it to. Gonna do it to. Who else could kill or win here? No one. So let's have him do an assault, just to wear down the king, the Orc War Chief, some more. I haven't used my guys at my king and queen at all. I've always played the very defensive chess strategy of you don't move your guys forward. You don't move your king and queen forward. You keep them back. With any luck, you never have to touch them. I don't know if that's a good chess strategy or not. As I said, I'm bad at chess, so let that inform your opinion of this. Well, let that inform your opinion of me, not this game. I think this game is pretty cool, all things considered. $15 too. I haven't mentioned the price. It's only $15. Not terrible for what this is. That's what I like. Right in the collar, right there. That's great. For what this is, I think $15 is a great price. It's a good chess simulator. I mean, it's a little basic, but it does the job. And I think the additional modes are cool. And that's just what it is right now. I mean, once the campaign is in here, and they've got all these subsystems, I think it's going to be totally worthwhile. But I think even right now, if you're just looking for, like, a cool Warhammer-themed chess simulator, well, hey, this totally does the job. Move this guy forward just so we can watch more cool things happen there. I'm going to move this guy. No, I can't do that. But I am going to have this guy try to finish off their king. Oh, I fucked that up. I will say sometimes activating these abilities is a little rough just from this camera angle. From the other overhead camera angle, it may be a little easier. It can just be a little too easy to click on that specific square. So that guy's dead. He's not dead yet. He's got one more turn. I can assail somebody. Let's, I don't know if there's friendly fire. Let's find out. Let's try to assail and see what happens. No, no friendly fire on those abilities. Good to know. At least for these guys. The orcs, here, the cool thing about the orcs is they have entirely different abilities. It's not stuff that is just direct analogs to what the other guys have. Like Iron Gob is something new. These guys now have a crit chance. That's not something my guys can do. Also, he's dead. So that's a thing. That said, this match is now just a cherry I simply need to pluck. Just move forward. Just need to hit that guy once. So we'll just throw a stick grenade up there. Finish this off. Not finishing it off with a cool execution move, sadly, but hey, what can you do? And that is Warhammer 40K Regicide. I think as far as Warhammer 40K games go, there's been a lot of them recently. I feel like between Space Hulk and, you know, just that weird lane defense one. I think there's like a weird 2D MMO. There's been all sorts of weird 40K games recently. I think of those games, this one by Hammerfall Publishing, by the way, I haven't mentioned their name, is it's really cool. I'm not a huge fan of chess, but I like the ideas behind chess, and this seems like a good inversion on the chess form. You can see it's tokenly giving me XP. It's not actually adding up to anything. And here is where they would level up my units, and I would get new skill points and achievements and all kinds of stuff, and I could go to the armory. None of that's here yet. Anyways, I think this is just, it's got some cool ideas. I like the idea of adapting these characters and these abilities to chess. I like the idea of having this extra phase in chess where you're able to do all these special attacks that can mitigate some of the traditional chess tactics. Like the idea, like you saw it earlier, I was able to move a guy into a check position, and before in a place where he would have died normally, but by using that initiative phase, I was able to get rid of that risk. Like that is strategically interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this as it develops. I'm really curious to see how the campaign works. I don't think it's gonna. It says 50 missions. Overall, I don't think it's going to be 50 missions of just the standard chessboard. I think they're going to end up like putting obstacles on there, maybe putting special items you can use. Who knows? There could be cool stuff. I think there's a lot of potential here. So, yeah, as always, I'm your host Halfbeard. Once again, Warhammer 40K Regicide. Out now on Steam, $15, early access, blah, blah, blah. We're done. Later, guys. Hey, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that piece of Halfbeard's HUD content. We can't thank you enough for taking the time to watch it. That said, I did want to take a moment to let you all know that we do have both a Patreon page as well as a PayPal link on our website if you're interested in donating to us. Those donations will allow us to improve our recording equipment, cover the games that publishers don't send us, and take things a step further with new features such as a revived Halfbeard's HUD podcast. Our goal has always been to provide you with reliable and enjoyable content, and your support would really help us pursue that in even bigger and better ways. Thanks again for watching, and have a good one.